I'm glad to be part of it, and thank you very much for inviting me. I'm sorry that I cannot be there physically, so kindly accept my apologies for my virtual presence here. As Professor Chari has assigned me to speak about our vision and the national perspectives for a clean India, I would like to set the tone by placing certain things in context. For any sector, you would well appreciate that things are very different when a government places its commitment and its focus in the sector. And the focus on the sectors of water, sanitation, health, and hygiene is unprecedented, what we see today. From 2014, when the Swachh Bharat mission started, thereafter we had the Amrit, the Smart Cities mission, the rural drinking water mission started thereafter in 2019 by way of Jal Jeevan mission. All these missions actually pave path for a very concerted focus in a saturation mode of implementation at speed and scale. And most importantly, there is no ad hocism, because unlike pilot projects which are taken up here and there, these are extremely large scale missions where saturation is at the core of these programs. And the moment we speak of saturation in a country like India, for sectors like water or sanitation, the scope that comes with these missions is absolutely gigantic. So friends, you would appreciate that once there is a government commitment, the scope that comes up, the demand is assured. Let's speak of sanitation as a sector. As we woke up today in India, you could be waking up at Hyderabad, I could be waking up at Delhi, and you could be waking up anywhere. As a country, today morning, we have generated nothing less than 1.5 lakh metric tons of waste. And we do that every day. So every day, this is the kind of quantum of waste that we are generated. Therefore, when we say that we will have to handle this waste wisely because of our climate commitments, because of our different SDG goals, because for the simple reason that this is the time, we cannot lose this particular opportunity. And India has committed itself to be managing its waste efficiently and effectively. So the demand to manage waste is assured. When the demand to manage waste is assured and it is backed by government commitment, then friends, the world of innovation just needs to be unleashed. The world of knowledge just needs to be unleashed. We are speaking of legacy dump sites, about 14,000 acres of land on which more than 16 lakh metric tons of legacy waste are lying today across different cities in India. And the country has taken up a commitment that over the next 5 years, this entire legacy waste will be remediated. So how can you partner with us? How can you partner with the cities, with the state governments through your knowledge products, through your innovations, and through your enterprises? Similarly, when we found a mundane activity like sweeping, we are used to seeing people coming in the morning, taking a broom and cleaning it and sweeping our streets. But this one activity across cities, across villages, imagine the number of people who are engaged in this activity. Can we bring in efficiency in this system? Can we bring in a little more convenience for the workers in this system? Can you contribute towards that? Similarly, one more aspect. For example, very normally we say this is a septic tank, be careful while walking. This is a septic tank, this is choked, call somebody to clean it. There was a time when a lot of deaths have been witnessed in this particular domain, where due to hazardous entry into septic tanks, we have lost precious human lives. It is time that we move towards mechanized cleaning. It is time we move towards safe entry through trained professionals into the septic tanks and sewers for cleaning. How can you contribute towards that? How will your innovation bring in efficiency, bring in safety, dignity, and save lives of people? Similarly, as cities are growing and cities will be growing, and you all have the evidence that over the next few years, most of the population of India will be residing in cities. If that is the case, constructions will grow. There is no stopping. How do we manage the entire construction and demolition waste that comes up? Today, we are linking up construction and demolition waste with clean air, with air pollution. So we will need a lot of work around this as well, so that not just we manage our municipal solid waste effectively, but we come up with measures that make our lives simpler, easier, more efficient for the workers. But we will also have to move towards these new areas about which we have possibly not done much, and we will have to do a lot of work in the years to come. And when we say that we have a lot of work to do, we are seeing smart cities around us. We have about 100 smart cities here in the country. There is a requirement for real-time monitoring, for smartness and efficiency to come in different dimensions of the urban work. It could be a simple thing like collection transportation vehicles movement. It could be a simple work of material recovery facility, digitization and real-time data pertaining to that. There are different aspects of the entire value chain of municipal solid waste, and the requirement for digital smart innovations in this entire value chain is phenomenal. Similarly, we can speak of quality. Now, there are so many dimensions of quality that are there in this entire sector, be it the quality of waste that comes out from homes. Source segregation is the key. All of us are speaking of circularity of approach. This entire circularity lies in one small thing: responsible behavior at homes, be it consumers, be it households, be it waste generators. The quality of waste that comes in, the quality of recycling that happens, the quality of output that finally goes out, so that it effectively gets into the circularity. So what are the kind of quality protocols that we will have in place? And what are the kind of tools, equipments, processes, innovations that we can bring in to ensure quality in this entire value chain? It is enormous opportunity to be actually working not just in digitization and monitoring, but also vis-a-vis quality assurance and improvement of quality benchmarking across the whole value chain of sanitation. Now, having spoken of government commitment, the assured demand, the incredible scope of work that lies, the various acts which are very important and critical going ahead in the next 12 to 24 months under the aegis of the mission, we will also discuss regarding credit, regarding finances. No sector would be existing in isolation without credit linkages and financial provision. The governments, be it the government of India, be it the state governments, of course, do budgetary provisions. However, apart from that, there is also a lot of other credit mobilization with these sectors already being identified as key lending and priority sectors. Not just that, with that, entrepreneurship development is an extremely important activity coupled with skilling. A small thing, I just mentioned about mechanized septic tank and the sewers cleaning activity. Now we are speaking of not just about skilling and reskilling, but there is a requirement of upskilling also. So upskilling by way of enterprise development is another key activity, which is a great priority area. This is where innovations can come up. This is where partnerships could really be extremely fruitful. Similarly, I would also like to emphasize that it is not just about a demand and a supply and supportive ecosystem vis-a-vis, let us say, financial provisions, enterprise development, scoping for skilling, etc. But also a lot of support in terms of promoting innovations. For example, under Swachh Bharat Mission, we have launched a Swachh Startup Challenge. Similarly, under Amrit Mission, various such innovations are coming up. And I'm happy to share that over 60 days of application period, we have got over 150 applicants across different dimensions of plastic waste management, legacy dump site, data management, etc. And we would be looking at the best ones that come up. And it is not just about identifying the best. The idea is about generating a huge amount of traction in this sector whose appetite is phenomenal. The appetite and hunger that we have for innovations in water, sanitation, sewage, used water management, etc., is absolutely phenomenal. And the moment this kind of attraction comes up, it just helps the entire fraternity to mutually benefit. It is only yesterday that India has witnessed its 100th unicorn, Neobank Open, join the League of Unicorns. We would be very, very happy and keen to see the waste sector as the new sector of enterprise. And we would be happy to see more and more innovations in this sector, and possibly the first unicorn also in the waste management sector. My best wishes to all of you. The opportunities are incredible. We are open towards partnerships, and I invite each and every one of you to join hands with us with Swachh Bharat Mission. Thank you very much. All the very best.